you guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you 10 thrifted items that I sold recently online for $100 or more. All right, you guys, before I crack on with the video, I want to share something with you real quick. It's 2 minutes and I really love it. So this is a sponsored part of the video, and I've worked with this company before. And so I was excited when they reached back out because I love their products. Christmas is coming. We're all looking for kind of cool gifts, especially like feel-good gifts, right? Because hello, 2020. And so I feel like this fits this category really well. And I've used them to decorate my office space now. And so this is going to add into that. And again, love the quality and love the way that it looks in my particular home workspace. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open it up and show you exactly what I got. The company is Mapiful. Like I said, I worked with them before, and I did a Disney World sort of like map, if you like. It was fantastic. I loved it, and I love that you could play with the colors. And I've got a little bit more personal this time, so let me show you what I picked out. Okay, so let me remove that. I'm taking a peek. What can I say? So this is an 18 by 24 print. So it's wrapped in tissue paper. It's obviously like very nicely taken care of and whatnot. I'm going to sort of unroll it and do my best to show you exactly what it was. So this is created online. They have such a fantastic system where you can literally input your personal information. This, when I show you it, is a very personal sort of place and date. It's actually our wedding location. And then we even went down to, I had to go back through my records because I couldn't remember, truth be told, decade ago now. But I actually managed to put in like the time and everything when we said our vows. And this is very personal to that. It's actually a star chart of exactly what was happening at the moment that my husband and I said our vows. And then it also is going to show you like the location and things like that. Look how beautiful this is. So I went with the sort of black and white, very simple. They have different variations of this as well. One that was much darker and had an almost black background, and then one that was all white with like this was all black. If you know what I mean, so that it was much lighter, much more simple. I really like this kind of middle ground right here. Let me see if I can unroll the whole thing for you. Okay, so I feel like we're getting somewhere now. So we have the stars here, and then this is where I put in my actual information here. So this is the location we got married, the date, and the time. Like I said, I could set that to, I think it was 10 a.m. It doesn't actually reflect that here, though it does have the coordinates of the place. But like I said, the star chart itself was reflected in the time. So this is very specific and very special to my husband and I. It actually came as well, like I said, 18 by 24. It came with the hanger right here. So this is going to go above our bed. I'm not sure if I'm going to frame it or if I am going to use this hanger. But yeah, this is going to be such a nice, simple, sort of minimalist piece that's really special for us, for our bedroom. I think it's really cool. And again, I'm just going to say it, the quality is fantastic. It's a lot of fun to create this online as well. Really simple, really easy to use, really easy to see all the different variations of like colorways and things like that, and the different fonts that you can use. And they have free shipping worldwide. And I will say, it came really quickly. Like the turnover time for me was less than a week, which I think is fantastic, especially with Christmas coming. If you want to learn any more about Mapiful, then I'm going to put their link down in the description, and you can go check them out for yourself and see if there are any special gifts that you can create for someone this season. All right, so what I'm going to do for this video is show you 10 items and a sneaky bonus one at the end that sold for $100 or more, basically. I have had a lot of people ask me about those kind of like higher sales and what kind of things I would sell in that $100 and above range. So I wanted to show that to you. And what I'm going to do with each item, I pick something, at least one thing from each platform. I sell on Etsy, Poshmark, and eBay. And what I'm going to do is break down each item for you as well and let you know exactly what my net profit was that I walked away with for each item. So some of them are a little bit different, which I think is really fun, and some of them you may find when you go out very easily. So here we go. First thing for Etsy. I should also add that these are all recent sales in the last few months, because I also think that that is quite important. So first thing on Etsy is a vintage clown costume. Obviously not something you're going to find every day, but you never know. And this will hopefully, like this video will let you know when you do find those things that maybe they are worth taking a closer look at. So I paid 25 cents for this at a yard sale. I found it in a trash bag buried underneath a table, and I just thought it was cool. That was literally my only motivation description. I knew that it was vintage, the shoes were marked, you know, made in USA and all that kind of stuff. And I did not know what to price this at, but it was before Halloween, so I figured I was going to price high and just see what happened. I made sure to cross post to Etsy because Etsy, I do tend to sell those like quirkier items there. And it sold for $124.95 plus shipping. All of these items are plus shipping. And so with my fees now, I will say, for the sake of this video, I have called my fees across the board 20%. Etsy is not that high. Poshmark is a flat 20%. eBay is not that high. But just to keep it consistent and to kind of make it a little bit easier on me, I'm letting you know I'm considering fees 20%. So take away the 20% of that sale and then take away my cost of goods of just 25 cents, 1/4. That gave me a profit on this item, a net profit I walked away with of $99.71. Not too bad at all for an old costume. All right, next one is this new with tags Dooney & tote bag. I found this at a yard sale. I paid up for this. I paid $40 for this item. I'm picky with my designer stuff. I don't often do it, but this one had all the tags and it also had all of the certificates of like authentication things inside. I was very comfortable with this piece. So I paid $40 for it. It sold for $120, again, buyer paid shipping. And so that gave me, after my 20% fees, that gave me a net profit of $56 on this item. Next one is a pair of Fry shoes. I do love Fry. I do not find them to be fast movers, just to let you know, but I will always pick them up at the right price. Here is the logo, just in case you are wondering. That's kind of what you're looking for on your leather shoes. They sold for $100. I spent on these $2.87. That seems like a weird number, but that's because it was the average breakdown in a thrift store haul I did. So $2.87. So once we take into account, again, 20% fees and my cost of goods, that's a net profit of $77.13 on this pair of shoes. All right, on to eBay now. This item, I know I've mentioned it in a few videos now, but it has to be featured in this because it sold for a good amount of money. And this was actually my recent, like, biggest profit, basically, my biggest profit. I did sell some, I will say, I sold my biggest item like ever that I sold on eBay. And it was, I think, like 500 cassette tapes. Unfortunately, that's rolled off now because it was more than 3 months ago. So I did not feel right kind of trying to include it in this video because it's been more than 3 months. But in that particular instance, I will tell you, I spent $50 at a yard sale. I got boxes of this sealed media, just like blank cassettes. And I sold them in like 2 days for $500 plus shipping. So all that to say, keep your eyes out for blank media, especially when you can buy in bulk. Anyway, back to this. Jemmy animated snowman. Keep your eyes peeled for these. This particular one, he moved his arm up and down. He spun his snowflakes, which lit up, and he sang songs. I paid $1 for him at a rummage sale. As soon as I saw he was Jemmy and exactly what he was in terms of being the spinning snowflake snowman, I knew that he was going to be worth something. I thought I did. I thought I bought him for my kids, but when I looked him up, I took him back because I'm a horrible parent. What can I say? But anyway, spent $1 on him. After my cost of goods and the like 20% fees were taken into account, I profited $143 on him. So, you know, that's fine. Kids have plenty of toys. They're okay. I promise. I'm not depriving them. Okay. Next item. Okay, this one's kind of like a weird one. I have an asterisk next to it on my piece of paper. Simply Safe security system. I spelled security wrong. What do you know? Oh well, sold anyway. So this sold for $125. Now I have 0 as my cost of goods because this was actually our own security system. We upgraded it, so we decided to sell this one to go towards the cost of the new one. Like, side note, isn't that the best part about being a reseller sometimes? Like, when you're done with something, you can sell it and recoup some costs and then put that into what you need next. I love that about it. Anyway, so it sold for $125. My cost of goods was 0 technically. And so after the 20% fees, that's $100 profit, which went towards the new security system. But I wanted to show this because it was still a good sale. And these are things that you could definitely find out and about, like home security systems and things like that. So I wanted to show it to you just in case you stumble upon one and you can see that it is worth some money. Okay, next is a Starbucks coffee Department 56 Snow Village piece. This was retired from 1995. It did have some damage. It had a chip on a corner. I bought it from a yard sale for $5. And I put it up on auction because I was thinking of putting it up for like $39.99 because of the damage. And I thought, well, why don't I just put it up on $39.99 on auction and see what happens? And I am so very glad that I did, because as you can see here, it sold for $107.50 plus shipping with 33 bids. And so after my cost of goods of $5 and the fees, that was a profit of $81. Not all Department 56 is made equally at all, but things like this, I think, where it's like a branded piece, almost like a collaboration, this was Starbucks obviously, definitely worth taking a closer look at for sure. All right, what do we have next? Okay, Free People. Again, not all Free People is made equal. Some of it I can't sell for $10. This particular pair of jeans I picked up for $1 at a rummage sale, and I picked them up, to be honest, for $1 I would have picked up any Free People jeans, I'll be honest, but these were like a little added bonus because they were massive, like flared bell-bottom jeans. I loved them. And I kind of hoped there was something special. I could not find a lot of comps, and I think the best comp that I only found one or two, was around $60 to $70, so I overpriced it. What can I say? I figured I would give it a go and see what I could get for it. And they sold for the full asking price of $99.99. They sold in about a week of being listed, so they were a fast mover. And so after my cost of goods and the fees, remember that cost of good was $1. That is a profit of $78.99. Next is a new in box Keurig machine. Everything was still packaged up inside. It had all the inserts, all of the coffee samples. They had just never been used, basically. It was a gift that had never been used. And so this sold for $180 plus shipping. You can see I was asking for more, but I decided to settle for the $180 rather than just kind of like keep it sitting around because it was huge to store. I paid up for this as well. This was a $35 purchase at a yard sale. So after fees and cost of goods, that was a profit of $109, which is not too bad at all. This actually came from the very same yard sale as that coffee machine, so I did pretty well there. I paid $3 for this. Little Einstein's is like a little bit of a bolo, especially this particular Pat Pat rocket. So this rocket lights up, it does music, all that kind of stuff, and it had the 4 figures with it as well, which is just like an added bonus because usually one or more go missing. I paid $3, like I said, for this. I was a bit cheeky at the yard sale, and they were still unpacking, and I asked if I could sort of help and look through the boxes at the same time, and they let me, and as soon as I opened a box and saw this, I nabbed it. So this one sold for $100 on a best offer. That is a profit after my cost of goods and fees of $77. Okay, next is a Samsung security system or DVR unit with a Samsung camera. I had to sell this, unfortunately, untested. I just had no way of testing this. The light did turn on, the hard drive fired up, all that good stuff, but I had to sell it as is, and I did communicate with the buyer as well and let them know that this was an untested item that they were purchasing. I actually spent $20 on this, which I have to say, I don't think I would put that much into it next time. I looked at the model number when I bought it, and I was fairly confident, but once I realized that I wasn't really able to test it, it was a little iffy. Either way, it sold for $100, so after cost of goods and fees, that was a profit of $60, which is not too bad. And here comes my little extra honorary mention at the end. He was not over $100. I mentioned him on a recent What Sold video, I know, but I just love him so much, and I still cannot quite believe how much he sold for. So I spent 33 cents on this guy. He was a little Disney store plush. His name was Toby. I'm a huge Disney fan, and I didn't know exactly who he was. I looked him up. Anyway, when I went to, I honestly nearly either gave him away to like one of my kids or to my sister-in-law. Like, I didn't know what to do with him. I didn't think he was going to be worth anything. He like sat in the palm of my hand. Anyway, turns out super rare, which tells me always look it up. Don't think you know it all, because you don't, and you should always look them up. So 33 cents into this guy. He sold for $90 in about an hour of being listed, and so after fees and cost of goods, that is a profit. Oh, I did not write it down properly. I don't know how much my profit was. I think it was like I don't know. I goofed at the end, you guys. Anyway, you can probably do the math. It was a really, really good profit. You know, take 20% away, that's like 18 off of 90. And then my 33 cents, that's like over $70 worth of profit on this teeny tiny little plush that's sitting in my hand. Love it. Love that kind of stuff. Completely random sale. And you just never know when you're going to find that kind of stuff. All right, so that is the end of this video. This is the part where I'm going to ask you to drop a comment down below and to let me know what your best sale of like the quarter is, say. It doesn't have to be over $100. It doesn't even have to be a high amount. Maybe it's just your most favorite thing that you have sold, just like this little guy was my favorite thing of the quarter so far. Let me know down below. I really love to look through those comments and I learn from you guys as well, which is really, really fun. If you enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here and you like thrifty content, then please do think about hitting the subscribe button and hitting that bell notification so you know when the next video comes up. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, you guys.